Hi everyone, my name is Kamalanathan Bharathan and I am a student in the MIT 2023 batch at Sabarmati University of Sri Lanka. Today I will be presenting the letter management and e-postal system that's called as Let Post project, which focusing on improving how letters are managed in government offices. I want to begin by highlighting our previous success with the SYSCGAA project, which stands for the System of Computerizing Government Administrative Activities. This project is currently running successfully at the national level, which around 80,000 staff members already using it. As my capstone project, LeadPost is interconnected with the SYSCA. I have obtained the necessary approvals from my project supervisor and the Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs to ensure its successful implementation. For your reference, I have annexed the approval letters in my project report. As a government servant, I am passionate about how this project will significantly reduce the paper wastage and contribute to a more sustainable future for our nations. Thank you for your attention, and I'm excited to share more about my project Late Post. Okay, this is the second slide. That's a brief overview of the Late Poster project. On here, you can notice on the second slide, we will be discussing about the key features and then benefits of our project. We are pointing out the main key features of here, the digital letter drafting and then letter approval workflow, the checking, recommendation, and approval, and post letter like the email service. The main benefits of this system is cost effective, eco-friendly, increased efficiency, and safe and secure continuity of the work. These are the main key features and benefits of the digitalizing letter drafting modules in our system. Before that, I just did one of the survey in Mana district. How much of the paper usage in we are using in getting the survey in the only one district, and then find out to how many paper usage for the throughout a year we are using for the letter drafting. So this is the some static data in Mana district in the last year 2022 and 23 report the survey details is there. Based on the survey details, I just get some additional details to computerize those survey details on here. You can notice throughout the survey details, I get some static reports on here. Throughout the reports, I will get the summarized on average paper usage through the district-wise, the 1.2 RIMs per year for every government staffs are using in to the national wise. So the 1.2 RIMs it means the one RIM is have 500 papers, around 600 A4 sheets using every staff in a year. The national level per using the 96,000 to 100,000 180,000 RIMs per year we are using in throughout the national level who are working in the ministry and the district and division secretariat level. So based on the static data, we will around currently the one paper rims is costing as I think the 1,300 the current rupees is going on for the one rims of papers. So the postal saving throughout this calculations we got 99.8 million rupees we can save up to 80% reduction in the paper usage. If you implement this project throughout the nation level in a successful manner, I'm surely say that we have saved lots of public money to wasting of for the paper usage to drafting letter and through the official process. On our slide 3, we facing some of the challenges and issues in the current letter management process in here. These are the main challenges we can find out here. No tracking systems currently we have it. No tracking systems means so while we are drafting a letter and put it to for the checking recommendation approval for the letter if we put in, we couldn't the next person or the approved persons or the recommendation persons can't be tracked where is the letter currently is seated on right now. So that kinds of problem is we have to be search the letter and then file, because if a department head in the different locations and checking officer in the different tables, and so we have file should be moving on one table to another table and another table to the next to one to getting the recommendation and approval. So on the time we miss the we have the chance to miss the letter, or we get a chance to miss the file. So that's the first challenges we facing in the node tracking system in the current manual system. The workflow monitoring issues, the second major issues on here. Uh, some of the officials, some of the field ground level staffs, they can quickly draft the letters and put it one day, but the checking and recommendation process is taking too much of time. Some of the checking officers taking the 1 or 2 weeks delay on the letter to which letter they received for their checking or recommendation purposely. So on the time, the total process of the letter is some of the time it's taking around 2 to 3 weeks for getting a draft to approval person. But the total workflow taking the 2 or 3 weeks of time. But the letter drafting panel is just taking 1 or 2 hours. The major times are we are spending to recommendation and approval panel, but the app checking and approval panel have very small time period. So that's kinds of workflow monitoring issues with currently we have it in the manual systems. Dependence, the third one is dependence in the equipment. Uh, we need lots of equipments for drafting letters. Equipments mean the computers and the printers, not only computers and printers, and the punchers, and then staplers, or some of the paper clips, and then point outing, point sticker, stick knots. These kinds of equipments we need to moving on the manual systems. And then we have the physical files also. We have the large files in the office stable. You can notice in the government sectors in office we have every subject has different big files is there. The file should be properly named and labeled. Sometimes if you don't have the files for a proper new subject, that's taking too much of time period to the ready make the physical files, and after that only we can put in the letters inside the file. So the physical file is one of the main disadvantage in the currently system, because we have to locate the files. If the file is missing, we can't put it any letters through the file. Without the file, we can't move any letters. So we can create the temporary files, or we can't can create the temporary files for if a file any lost after the some of the legal procedures. We have to be find out the file. Until that we have to moving the temporary file. These kinds of issues we are while we are using the physical file storage. And then the paper wastage is one of the main disadvantages and challenges in here, because uh, while the period of the drafting a letter, we wasting lots of papers, because the drafting period we have to checking the corrections, the spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes, those kinds of we are printing and letters and getting with the computer we will invented for this, reducing these kinds of wastage. But we are in the current situation is not like that in the official environment, because lots of staff are wasting their paper wastage and printing wastage for just for the checking and then grammatical checking and then spelling mistakes. So those kinds of stuffs they are wasting their papers. And then the time consuming process for once we will drafting a letter, the time consuming process is getting the printout and show to the next person in the third floor or second floor or any other location. We have to be send the letters to checking that, and after he checked the letters and he cutting off some of the part in the letters and then corrected his handwriting is not, we couldn't understand what we have. After the discussion only we will get what the actual points are missing in the current letters we are doing there. So then we will change the things and we will get the end of the printout. This is the time consuming process. So based on the time consuming process, it will be high cost, because if you're taking for one or more prints, for the one print cost, the not only the printing and the toner cost is there, current wastage is there, the printer usage is there. So the high cost for one printout is there. Then some errors also we will miss it in if you done any mistakes or in the errors, and after the approval we will see the total process is again we have to be repeated again. If we find out any errors after the approval, we will find out in the letter the total process, and total process means we have to be print out the letter again, and then we have to be put in the checking, and we have to put the recommendation, and then we'll go to the approval. So this is the main errors is there, but in the modern system, in the updated system, it's not like that. If we have any errors, just in a single click, we will update the letters. Lack of transparency. This is a major issues is there. The transparency in the office letters. We have the transparency issue. Some of the letters we have the audit queries, and some of the letters we don't move on the publicly. So while we are putting that those kinds of letters in publicly into the files, anyone can see the letter. So that's not good. That's not fair to in the official letters moving on the way. So that's why the lack of transparency is the very challenging is there. Some of the letters we have to be made very secretly. Then environmental impact also. The high issues, the high paper consumption and environmental impact and storage space is one of the main issues is there. We have if you have some of the officers who are maintaining the personal files, they have 3 or 4 full cabinets of usage. Say using the total all the cupboards they are using that for just storing the spaces. The manual handling delays. If the file is locating in the different location, if the staff is in the different location, they go and search the files and get the letters. It's spending too much of time in the manual delays. The approval bottlenecks. The approval bottlenecks that means in the department head of the checking or recommendation officers is a 1 or 2 officers is there, but the subject officer we have lots of subject officers. The lots of staff while the lots of subject officer we are working with them, they putting more letters to checking and recommendation process. So the approval persons have lots of letters to getting approval, but the single sign they have to be put it, but they have to be open the file and search the letters and follow the stick notes and what are the recommendations they everything they have to check it and then give the approval is there. There's the bottleneck troubles is there. And then postal delays. Okay, while after we getting the approval of the letter, we have to delay the postal delays. The next persons have the note they got approved, but the postal delays they have 1 or 2 days the postal delay to get the original letters to their hand. But the current modernized system in our system don't have that kind of trouble. While when the letter is getting approved, the next minute the next person who the relevant person to receive the letter they can see the letter immediately. There's we don't have the postal delays in the updated system. The current system we have that the main issue is the postal delay, because after we getting the approval we will scan the letter or click the photos and send the relevant person as a WhatsApp message or email currently. So the current updated system, the current system we have this kinds of issues is there. Lost misplaced document. Some if in any cases if you're missing any files or the letters, it will be very headache to us. We don't have any recovering options for these kinds of activities. It severely uh, it's a punishment. Severely have the punishment for these kinds of activities, and also the total. If any files are missing in the government sector, the total process will be gone. It's wash out the total activities in the file. It's very threatening options if we misplace or lost the documents or lost the files. So in the update system, we don't have that much of issues in there. Lack of automation and tracking difficulties and high operational costs. These are the main issues we find out is there. Okay, we'll move on the next line. In our project objective is of the lead post the paper user, but digitalizing, reduction and efficiency. These are the main objectives we are focusing on here. So while we are digitalizing, switch to the digital system eliminates the needs of physical letters, enabling electronic drafting, approvals, and tracking, and ensuring the fast and more the secure communications. Reductions is by digitalizing the purpose of the paper use is uh, drastically reduce the leading to cost saving and prospective environmental impact. Efficiency. Automating the workflow reduce delays and streamlining approvals and allows for easy tracking and improving overall efficiency in handling data. Our project scope is on the three main areas: the drafting letters and approval workflows and tracking letters. These are the main project scope in area, enabling user to create, edit, and store digital letters, eliminating the need for physical draft. Approval workflow, the automatic reviews and approval project with a clear tracking of the progress and notification. Tracking letters allow electronic submission and real-time tracking of letters, providing transparency and accountability throughout the process. The target users. The currently this project is running in the ministry level and then district secretary and divisional secretary level. Currently, the Ministry of Home Affairs and joined with the public administration and local governments. So I just put it there, just the Ministry of Home Affairs, but the ministry level we have the Ministry of Home Affairs and public administration and local government parties with them. So ministry level, and we have 25 districts with them, and up to now we have the 331 divisional secretariat wise through the national level. We these national level users who are working the three kinds of working station. Those staffs are our target users. The technological stacks, we'll find out what are technological stacks. In the front end, we are using the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then backend, we are using the PHP, MySQL, and for the cache balancing, we are using the caching and session management for the usage of the Redis. And the development toolkits, we are using the backend synchronized with the database and check some optional queries and some performance issues through the workbench, Microsoft Workbench, using the text editor, the Visual Studio Code for the highly recommended text editor. So these are the technological stacks we will find out here. And then here the system main architectures is there. You can notice in here. Through the any kinds of the modern web browser we can use to use this our systems. So you can use desktop computers or the mobile, whatever the modern equipment. If the equipment have the browser facilities, you can access our systems. That's the main concept is there. This is the mobile based, not a mobile based, the web based system. So in the mobile phone through the web browser, you can run the system. This is not a mobile application. This is a mobile based web based system. Okay, mobile responsibly web based system. Okay, we're using the Redis cache. Through the Redis cache, we using the cache balancing system. Through the service layer upon the Redis cache balance, we connect the database servers and then application servers through the this applications is running this kinds of system architectures in the backend. Okay, this is the workflow diagrams. The main actors we are using the subject officers and then SYSCGAA systems and then late post module and the recommendation approval and officers and then recipients and the inbox and outbox. These are the main targeted access using on here. So in the workflow, you can notice when a subject officer first they have to be logged into SYSCGAA systems. So that's the first thing. After logging the SYSCGAA system, they load the module of let post. Let post means the letter management e-post module. They have to be logged in. After we logged in the system, they have to be create the file. So while after creating the file, they have to draft a letter. After drafting the letter, they have to send the letter to the correction and recommendation to the recommendation officer. If the recommendation officers give their recommendation and or the corrections or suggestions through the letters by the minutes, that the recommendation received the subject officer. If the recommendation if successfully receive the recommendation, then we will say forward the letter to the approving officers part. After receiving the approval officers after receiving the approval, we have to be send that approval letter to the directly the approval letters. We can send that approval letter to the recipients, who the relevant parties to must receive the letter. That part we mention as a recipient. We will send the approval letter to the recipient. So while the recipients receive the letters and they can save the letter through a late post systems, the copy of the letters the save second person's inbox They can save the letters in their let post system, and they will start to create the, if you want to create any reply for that one, they will start to create the file, and through the file they can create the reply for that the relevant letter. The same procedures is coming to the next part is they can send the recommendation and they will get the approvals, and once they will get the approvals they will send the letter to the relevant subject officer again, who send the letters to the second party, who receives the letter, they will send the reply letter to the relevant parties. Okay, that the send letter they can visible in their outbox. This is the user interface designing in our files, how the files are assigned in letter management systems. This is the digitalizing file system. You can notice here I have 6 files is there. All the graphical user interface, while we are, I just skip all the graphical user interface portion is there, while the live demonstration, on the live demonstration we will talking a little bit more about that one. Okay, so that's why I will skip one by one, just tell and skipping the user interface. This is the user interface letter signing approval portion. This is the inbox. Inbox means the letter, created letter. You can see what are the letters we created, the date wise we listed it there. This is the signature assigning part. This is the user interface, the minutes part. You know, in the government sectors, every letter, every file have the minute sheets is there. The minute sheets is covering the what the thing is going on within the file. All the things is covering in the minute sheet. So this is the minute sheet part. Yeah, this is a very important part. In the while we send a letter to the advising or checking or the approval or recommendation part, yeah, in this portion, the relevant parties need to be get the approval or reject or pending. They can by click the radio buttons, they can shift the letter approving part, approval or recommendation or rejecting part. They can do that in this portion. Okay, here you can notice the inbox. Who received the letters? This is the inbox. You can notice the seen status is the double tick is there. Unseen letters comes as a single tick. So once we receive the letters, after open the letter, the tick mark is automatically the seen status will be changed. Okay. Okay, we will talking a little bit further in the demonstration. This is the contact group. So we can create the contact group uh, to send our approved letters to not only one person. We can send the approved letters to the any contact group of people also. Single persons also we can send the group of contact. We will create the groups and we can send the letter to the group also. Okay, we will analyzing the sort analyzing of our letter management part. We have the strengths and weakness we will analyze on this slide. These are the strengths we will find out is the efficient. We have the efficiency, cost savings, and environment benefits and convenience customizations. These are the main strengths we will identify to them. We have the weakness also, the technical infrastructure, the user adoption is the main weakness, so we will find out here. Implementation threats, we have find out some of the implementation threats in the system. The security risk is there. Don't have the proper organization structure. The organization structure means while we implement the systems, we don't have the proper organization structures to implement these kinds of activities in the, up to now in the government sector, top to bottom approach. Yes, and these are the opportunities. The government-wide wide implementation protocol we have it is there, and we have the chance to the scalability because government sectors we have the wide scale of staff is there, so we have the large scales of scalability is there. Innovation in the public sector, new innovations we find out in the public sector. Partnerships and collaboration is one of the main opportunities is there. Threats, yeah, we have the main threats. We will find out the 5 threats. There are cyber security threats and technological barriers. We also have the technological barriers and the change of management resistance because the last 70 years we will using the following manual system is there. Currently, if we introducing these kinds of these kinds of updated systems, most of the staffs are have the resistance to adapt this new system. So management resistance is the main threat in external factors we will facing on here. And legal and complaints issues is also there. The digital divide is also we are facing the main issues. The most of the senior citizens are using in the systems because the senior citizens mean not only the pension years. Before the pension is periods are in the high level officials are in the government sector because the age of 50 to 60 they don't have the enough knowledge to handling the computers. So likewise we have the issues for the digital divide problem we also facing is there. Okay, the QR for the digital signatures. In this part, we will introducing the digital signatures. While the letter is getting the checking or recommendation or the approval, once they get the checking recommendation approval, the system will automatically create the QR codes for every unique signature. Every QR code have the unique identification number. Through that identification number, we can specifically different the every signatures is there. Okay, using the QR code system has some potential benefits is also efficient tracking, easy reference, and paperless management and improved security. These are the main benefits in the using the QR code systems. We have the main challenges. The one of the main challenges is shifting the staff from the traditional native fonts using the Unicode fonts. Most of the staff are familiar to their typing skills. They are using the native fonts in their desktop computers. On their mobile phone, they are using the Unicode fonts, but in the desktop computers, they are using their native fonts, the Tamil or single medium fonts. So we have it's a time to the we have to shift all the ones to the Unicode fonts. It's a very big challenge to them because they one of the speed type is we find out because but they don't have the facility to using the Unicode font. The first of all we have to introducing how to using the Unicode font in the modern web browsers, and then after only we have to be moving. That will be drastically reducing their typing speed in start, but gradually it will be increased. Okay, the challenges number two, generating a digital signature. We initially they face difficulties in the automating digital signature by integrating the external API. If anything happen while creating the QR code system in the external API, this will tragically give some disappointment to everyone. But the same way, we will create another unique key for the QR codes. So if on the time, if we have any difficulties generate the QR code, any related server issues, it will be later we will create the QR codes for the received signatures. Okay. The challenge three is the mobile responsive. Yeah. While we developing this web-based application, we can totally consider this should be in a mobile responsive website. Otherwise, everyone's asked the desktop computers or laptops to using the systems. So it's not fair. We are using the mobile phone in the official environment for our personal usage, but the same way we are using the official internet connections to the mobile phones. So as the same way we will covering, we can use the mobile phone to the office purposely. That's why the one of the main key points on here. We can draft a letter in the home, in the bus, or while we are traveling, or any time we can drafting and send the letter to the relevant parties to getting the approval and checking recommendation or approval through the our updated systems. The security measures. Yeah, we collaborate with the CERT. The CERT means the Computer Emergency Response Team in Sri Lanka. The cyber security, the incident response and threats and management and ensuring it's a product and approach in security. We collaborate with them and for every steps we get the approval after, before implement this project to the national level. The government we running under the government firewall utilizing the government approved the cloud service that operate the behind the rubbish and firewalls and to safeguard sensitive data and ensure compliance with the governmental regulation. These steps provide a secure environment for data storage and applications, and also we using the Google Capta also. The main categories we will divide the main categories of this project area, the drafting and getting approvals and sending and relevant to the party. These are the main categories in the data management. So the drafting and getting approval part is the data management part, and sending approval is the e-postal part. In the drafting and letter management parts, we have two sections: the drafting and getting approval part. The two sections. The sending letters we have divided in the three sections: distribution and receiving letters and senders. We will see this one as in the practical sessions. Okay. This is the implementation process while currently we are planning that select one district for the training. At first, we select one district for the training and collaborate with the district and divisional secretary. Manual processing during the transition and quarterly internal audits we should be doing before the national level implementation. The quarterly internal audit should be analyzing the manual systems and then updated our currently new system is both are running in the same way. Parallel implementation is both are correct. We need the audit report also. While we are receiving the audit report in a successful and the positive manner, then we will expand to the other district. Future engagements, okay. In the future engagement, up to now we don't have the SMS notification features in the systems. While our system, because the SMS notification we have to spend a little bit of money for that purpose. So on that purpose, up to now we don't have this SMS notification. We don't have it in the system. Uh, uh, while the implementation process is moving on the next phases level, in the future we will give the SMS notification purpose also. And then backup and data recovery, we planned every staff can give their backup after they are logging the system. So we will interconnect the system with their Google Drive, and they can download the PDF files of the letter format, and they can safely save their letters in their own Google Drive or their official Google Drive, because that one step forward backup, because we already have the backup features in the systems, but the third party backup features we will implement that one, and the local storage encryption. And the other thing is we will store the letters as encrypted format in their local storage devices, which devices are they are using to drafting the letters and getting approval. After getting the approval, we will store the encrypted data in their local storage for the backupping features. They finally come to the conclusions. The LeadPost project represents a significant step to forward modernizing the government communication process, engaging efficiency, and promoting the co-friendly practice through the digital transformation. By streamlining the drafting, approval, and distribution of letters, the LeadPost not only reduce the paperwork and operational cost, but also support sustainability efforts. Through a past implementation approach, is starting with a pilot district. We can ensure the smooth transmission and collaboration among the stakeholders in the incorporations of the robust security measures along with the future engagement, such as automated notifications and data encryption, will further strengthen the system reliability and the user confidence. Okay, uh, questions and answers sections is there. Thank you. Then we will start the live demonstration of the project in the Google. We'll go to SYSCGAA project. While we are going to the website, the domain is we point out this is syyscgaa.gov.uk. That's MOHA means the Minister of Home Affairs. The project SYSCGAA project comes under the Minister of Home Affairs. While after the login, you can notice the letter and e-post. These are the modules we currently developed and implement for final capstone project. So now I launch the letter module. Under the letter module, the first step I create how to create a letter. So first we have to go to the file. You can notice some of the files is there. We already created. I just created a file. I given any file name as there. So mn. Name. Sample subject. This is the file color. So easy identification. So I'll select the file color for that purpose. And then order number, in the track we will keep all the files in a relevant order. So the same order we can use the order number is also. And then file opening date. So now you can notice that file is created in the background. Here's the file. The order number is 2. The other files order numbers are 1, the 2. The two files I have the order number 1, so that's why the two files are maintaining in the first place. This is the order number 2, and then this is the order number 3. So our file is located in the fourth place is there. So once we will create the file, we can delete the file because currently we don't have any letters in here. So you can notice the number of letters are 0, so we don't have any letters in that file. So in this option we have to have an idea. One of the main idea is um, okay, now we can delete that file. If you want to change the file name or any other concept means any file name is changed, you can change it there. We can do I click the edit button, we can change it. Once the file have the letters, if you click it, you can't edit it. Currently you can check it because in the first file we have a number of letters, we have 5 letters on under the file. So now you can't edit or delete the file because that file has some of the letters. But this is the fourth file we currently created. On the file we don't have any letters there. So if you click the button, you can delete the file, right? And also you can edit the letters also. The moving options is there. Once the staff is moving on to the different locations, how the manually we will hand over all the file system to the another staff. The same way we have to move our file to the NL. By click the move button and just click the NIC number and just move the file. The next person have the all files and letters to the next in charge of all the files and letters. Okay. Now I just open the file. Now you can notice under that file we don't have any letters in this option, right? So now I'm going to create a new letter. This is a new letter, so you can notice the file number is top of the page. So I'll create the new letter. So I just select the date, and this is a test subject new letter. Okay, here you can notice some of the main tools I just adapted it here. We are using the open source that the Quill text editors in the backend working for this purpose. We already get some surveys and what are the main tools we are using to drafting a letter. All kinds of tools I am here annexed. Okay, I'm here just enter some random data source there. This is sample data. Okay, this purposely I just already type in one of the letter in here. I just copy and paste that letter on here. Okay. I just paste some of the letters here. In this letter, we can make all kinds of the basic settings. What are the basic settings we are using in okay. I just using a little bit large font size. Okay, this is the letter, one of the letter I just drafted here. Okay, let's see what I just put it. Okay, just save the letter. Okay, once save the letter, you can notice the letter is here. By click the letter, you can see the letter. Here's the print button and export button is also there. In the signatures part, you can notice in under the signature part is currently is empty. So if you click the print button, it's automatically go to the printable options. Okay. Okay. After creating the letter, you can notice there's the 5 different colors of buttons there. The first button, while if you click the first button, that's a minute page. So under the minute page, before we will move to the minute page, if you want to edit any part in the letter, just click the edit button. You can change any color formats or any text effect. important notes or some text effect, you can notice it there. I'll change the font colors also. Okay, just save the letter. You can notice the letter is saved. Okay, now just click it, you can notice those changes are applied on here. Once you save the letters and after you edit, if your letter is confirmably okay, then you have to click this signature part. Under the signature part, you have these are the options. You can send this letter for the advising purpose or the checking purpose or the recommendation and approval. And who need to be see the letter, those persons names are comes under the send to part. So you can put this letter to the advising officer. I just put some of the names. While typing the staff name, automatically the staff name is listed down around. In the government sector, we have 80,000 staffs is there. Under that 80,000 staff, the list will be automatically popped up on here. Right? I just put my one of the college on there. Add the staff details is there. And checking purposely, I just put my name. Okay. 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 And then recommendation purposely, I just put um, another person. Okay, I just select randomly. Okay. Recommendation purposely, and then approval purposely, we just select. Uh, okay. If anything is wrong, you can delete and update their details. Okay. Save those details within the letter. Okay. Now those details are saved in the letter part. You can notice the saved letters are visible. Now if you click the letter, you can notice in the downside, in the signature part, the advising, checking, recommendation and approval parts is also annexed there. Their status also, the waiting for the approval, their signatures is now is pending, right? Now it's pending. Okay. Now I will show how the letter will be getting approval. Okay. Now the first staff name is for the advising purposely we will send this letter for Miss Sajila Farvin. So while Sajila Farvin login the account, before that we have to be find out the Sajila Farvin's NIC number. I don't remember that one. I will search the name. I am the administrator officer, so that in this purposely, so I can access them details. So okay, I just logged out. I just logged in through the Sajila Farvin. Now I am acting as a Sajila Farvin. Now I logged. Okay, here you can notice we are logged in her account. When the Sajila Farvin logged in her account, after we go to the letter, you can notice here in the advising section, the one letter is, came for the pending is there. So while we click that, the letter details is visible here. The subject of the new letter. Okay. While click the letter, she can see the letter. The letter status is pending. If the letter is okay now, she will shifting approve the letter, give the approval of the letter. So the letter approved by the Sajila Farvin, right? Okay. After the approval, you can notice that 0 is going on. Then the approval panel have that 1. So advising purposely, we will send one letter to Sajila Farvin. That letter getting approved. Approved means she got some advice, or if there any changes on the letter, she can minutes also. Okay, by click the letter, blah blah blah. In this letter, we have some of the changes there. They can mention or not. Okay, and after that, save the minutes. The Sajila will save some of the minutes also. Just click the minute sheet. You can check that. Right. Okay. Now I close this one and logged in again through my account. Okay, on the left menu. Under that file, this is our file. Okay, this is our letter. Now you can notice, and the Sajila Parveen approved this letter. Now the time is 2:27, the morning, 10th of the. This is our QR code. Approved QR code is there. So while you are scanning this QR code, it will be showing the unique reference numbers there. Based on the reference number, we can search this uh, QR code, which documents she signed. We can search that one. Right? This is the way the letter will be getting the approval. Okay, we will check the who is the approval person for this letter. In this letter, approval person we will send Alia Mohammed Shabidu, and the recommendation purposely we will select another one. Okay, we will add delete that approval person and add the one more approval person is there. I will easy purposely I will add my name for the approval purpose. Okay, add the staff. Okay, now the approval persons, I just update the staff details. Okay, now if you go to the file option, this letters comes for my approval also. So you can notice for the approval that we have the four letters there. The test subject is there. Okay, I just clicked. Here's the Sajila Farvin's minutes is there. Okay, I will put I got approved. I got approved this later and save minutes. Okay, just go to the letter and I just yeah, checking also my name is they annexed it and I also getting approval of the letter. So now the letter is getting approved. Uh, we can check that the approved letters by go to the letters under that file options. Just click the open. You can notice here the letter getting approval. Okay, once the letter is getting approved, just go to the e-postal menu. Just go click the new options. Here you can notice the which file is on our file is while we are selecting our file, how many letters upon the file. I just select the file. You can notice if you select the different files, when we select the file, how many letters in the file, all the letters are showing out. You can choose that letter and the letter visible on here, right? The same way I just select our file. This is our file. Last we will create that. Okay, this is our file. This is our letter. Okay. You can notice this is our file. These are the changes we done it here. This is our QR code. Okay. On the receiver group, you can notice I we can put anyone's name. I will put the Sajila Parvin's name. Okay, I add one content, recipient the Sajila Parvin. In the second content, I will put my name. For the easy purposely, we will checking purposely, I will add my name. I send the approve letter to me also, right? If you have the multiple content in your contact list, just by click the contact group, here's a new list or e-post group, two groups is there. Select the group and all the contacts will be added in the group. So by click one by one, you can update this one, right? Okay, and I will add my name again. I already add my name. Okay, my name is already added there, but I mistakenly, if you mistakenly enter my name and select the contact and add it, here the error message that the duplicate NIC number. So the one contact add for the one time. Okay. After add these kinds of persons to the receivers and then save and uh, the same way we can annex some any kinds of any other documents also, right? Other documents also we can annex within this letter, right? I just add one more letters, one more commendation letters I received from the secretary. I just add this letter on also. Okay, here I just add this letter and save and send it. Yes, save and send. Sending data. Okay. Okay, data sent successfully. Now we will go to the inbox. You cannot. If you go to the inbox, you can realize this is the test subject of new letters we will lastly posted on Drive. If you click the letter, you can check this letter. At the same time, the Sajila Parvin also get the letter. If you click the outbox, If you go to the outbox, uh, we select lots of contact in the group. All the parties are getting the same letters is there. All the parties are getting the same letters. Here that is subject of the new letter. This is the inbox. And then the next one is the contact group. This is the way we have to create the contact group. I'll create a new group of contact. Okay, just create the new group. Here's the new contact group. Add the members. We can select the staff names. By select the staff name, this is the way we can add the contact group also. Okay, here I will add the two contact in the group. So if while we are going to send a letter, you can notice the new group is there, new group contact. If we just select it, the two-person will be automatically. This is the way we have to be create the contact group. These are the main things in the letter and the e-postal management system. So we can create an files, and through the files we will create the letters. After creating the letter, we will send that letter to the subject officer checking recommendation approved. While we getting the checking recommendation approved, we will send that letter to the relevant parties. This is my project idea. This is the capstone project idea. I'm extremely thankful to my professor, Dr. Mr. Vasant Priyan sir, and our coordinator, Piyumi madam. Uh, gives great opportunity to me to deliver this presentation on here. The time for the question and answers. If any questions in this, feel free to ask me through the after receiving these presentations. Uh, Thank you, ma'am.